Apart from her undeniable talents, Red Velvet's Irene has long stirred curiosity, not for her vocals, not for her visuals this time, but for something far more personal, her famously reserved demeanor, especially around men. And no, it's not just a passing mood or a single awkward moment caught on camera. It's a pattern, a visible thread that sparks endless speculation. Is she truly afraid of men? Is it discomfort or just her personality, misunderstood under the harsh glare of the K-pop spotlight? Fans wonder, critics speculate, but somewhere between truth and tabloid lies a question few dare to answer. What's the real story here? And what's just noise? But here's the reality. One few are willing to say out loud, Irene has every right not to feel at ease around men. And it's not just a matter of preference. It's about boundaries. It's about experience. And it's about the silent scars that shape the way someone survives in an industry like this. Let's talk about something far too common in the idol world. Something often brushed off. Unnecessary touching. As one of K-pop's most recognized faces, Irene is constantly surrounded by fans, by cameras, and by fellow idols, from fleeting backstage encounters to full-blown variety show collaborations. When she's with female idols, she lights up warmth, laughter, ease. But the moment a man enters the frame, something shifts. No, she doesn't lash out. She doesn't make a scene, but the change is unmistakable. Her posture stiffens, her smile falters, her expression hardens, and discomfort creeps through the cracks of her otherwise perfect composure. And honestly, can you blame her? Let's rewind to 2017. On Style's Friendship Super Show, Irene was co-hosting alongside rapper San-E and GOT7's Jackson Wang. Everything was fine. She was smiling, waving at fans until it happened. San-E threw his arm around her shoulders, casually, then he stuck out his tongue at the audience, and just like that, her whole energy changed. The smile, gone. Her face, cold. She looked caught off guard, uncomfortable, disturbed, yet San-E kept grinning, as if nothing happened. Maybe he didn't mean any harm, but that doesn't erase the line he crossed. Because here's the thing, if someone is known to dislike casual touching, especially from men, why push it? Thankfully, Jackson noticed the tension. Later, when San-E began performing his track Sour Grapes, a song with bold, suggestive lyrics, he tried to move close to Irene again, but Jackson, he stepped in, subtly, silently, a human shield, not just protective, but respectful. Still, San-E pointed at Irene mid-performance, and given the lyrics, it rubbed a lot of viewers the wrong way. Sure, Irene smiled, but was it genuine, or just the professional mask she's learned to wear so well? We may never know. And the truth is, this wasn't an isolated incident. For idols like Irene, being on constant alert isn't paranoia, it's survival. Fame brings love, but it also attracts entitlement, danger, and the weight of 1,000 expectations. Being cautious around men doesn't make her cold, it makes her careful, it makes her human. If you're starting to see Irene in a new light, hit that like button, share this video with someone who thinks they know the whole story, and subscribe for more untold truths behind the polished surface of K-pop. Because idols may have bodyguards to shield them from chaos in public, but online, they're exposed, vulnerable, unprotected. On June 19th, 2020, fans were stunned. Disturbing screenshots began circulating online. A man making inappropriate remarks directed at Irene, and the worst part? He didn't even try to hide it. The messages surfaced on Listen Bubble, a fan communication app run by SM Entertainment, a space designed to bring idols and fans closer. In theory, it's a sweet idea. In reality, a digital minefield. Anyone with money can gain access. No real checks, no real filters. And in that vacuum, creeps thrive. It all started innocently. Irene sent a casual message to fans. I want to eat something refreshing. It's too hot. A harmless thought, a relatable moment. Most fans would have replied with kindness, maybe suggest a popsicle or their favorite flavor of ice cream. But one man, he took it somewhere vile. His reply: if it's too hot, take it off. Send me a selfie of you without clothes. Let that sink in. The audacity, the entitlement, the absolute disgust. And yes, Irene saw it. Her only response? A scared-looking cat sticker, silent, but painfully telling. How many times has she faced messages like this? How often does she scroll through waves of support, only to be blindsided by something repulsive? It's easy to say, just ignore it. But that's not the answer. These platforms are meant to foster connection, not instill fear. The burden should never be on the idols to endure. It's on the companies to step up, to enforce boundaries, to protect, better filters, real moderation, zero tolerance. Because no one, idol or not, should have to brace themselves for assault disguised as fandom. And when people label Irene's coldness as an overreaction, they're not seeing the full picture. Let's talk about how one moment, one tiny misunderstanding can spiral into public backlash. Everyone has bad days. You wake up irritable. Even the softest joke rubs you the wrong way. But when you're a celebrity, every twitch, every sigh, every glance becomes a headline. Now mix in corny humor that misses the mark. You've got a recipe for disaster. Back in 2017, Red Velvet appeared on the popular Korean variety show Weekly Idol, promoting their Perfect Velvet album. Everything looked cheerful on the surface. Smiles, laughter, playful, energy. But then came the moment. The hosts, Doni and Koni, known for pushing boundaries, especially with female idols. During one segment, Doni asked Irene what the title song Peekaboo meant. She answered clearly, politely, but moments later, he asked the question again, as if he hadn't heard her. That's when she looked at him. Not a blank stare, not a smile, a look, sharp, irritated, undeniably real. To her, it must have felt like he wasn't listening, like her voice didn't matter. And honestly, who wouldn't be annoyed? Turns out it was just a misunderstanding. Doni wasn't asking for the definition again. He meant the narrative behind the lyrics. Once that was cleared up, Irene's frustration melted, the mood lifted, and the rest of the show flowed naturally. But that single glance, that fleeting moment, was all it took. People pounced, called her rude, cold, unprofessional, all without knowing the pressure she was under, all without the context. So if you believe idols deserve more empathy, tap that like button, share this video with someone who always jumps to conclusions, and don't forget to subscribe, because we're just getting started, unraveling the truth behind the headlines. Misunderstandings are bound to happen, especially in the fast-paced world of entertainment, but sometimes a single moment takes on a life of its own. In 2017, Irene once again became the center of a viral buzz, not for a performance, not for a scandal, but for her famously unreadable expression, one so intense, it seemed to make even the most confident men squirm. Red Velvet appeared on Knowing Bros, a variety show known for cheeky humor and bold banter. One of its signature segments, Guess About Me, invites idols to ask personal questions, while the cast tries to guess the answer, usually in the most ridiculous way possible. It's lighthearted fun, for most. But for Irene, it didn't land that way. When her turn came, she asked the panel, "What was the most memorable part of my family trip?" Kang Ho Dong, a seasoned comedian, a veteran of variety shows, jumped in with a joke. Maybe they rented 4 bikes, but only returned 3. The room erupted in laughter, until they looked back at Irene. Her expression didn't budge. No smirk, no giggle, just a stern, unreadable stare. Suddenly, the laughter vanished, like air draining from a balloon. Hodong instantly picked up on the shift. His smile faltered, his posture softened. An awkward apology followed, as he practically melted under the weight of her gaze. Just one look, and it was enough to humble a man who's built a career cracking jokes. But it didn't stop there. Later in the same episode, fellow host Hikul ended up in her crosshairs too. The task, jump rope, but not just any jump rope, while wearing acupressure slippers. If you've ever worn those, you know, it's no joke. It's pain disguised as a gimmick. Still, Irene gave it her best shot, but when the rope snapped against her legs, the pain was clear. Her eyes welled up. The moment stung, literally and emotionally. Heechul, trying to lighten the mood, asked if it was the slippers causing the pain. Irene, calm but firm, replied, "No. It was the rope." Heechul didn't drop it. He repeated, "Surely it had to be the slippers." That's when Irene's tone sharpened. Her eyes narrowed. It was just the rope? Crystal clear, no room for confusion, no room for banter. Heechul's face turned pale, and like a student scolded by a teacher, he slowly backed away with a sheepish grin. To outsiders, these moments might seem like overreactions, but to fans who followed Irene for years, this isn't anger, it's a boundary. Her humor, her tone, her silence. It's how she navigates a world that constantly demands her to be on. And let's be honest, not everyone finds the same things funny. Irene's responses aren't cold, they're authentic. And in a world where idols are expected to smile through everything, that kind of honesty is rare. If you've ever been misunderstood, just because you didn't laugh at the joke, smash that like button. Share this video with someone who thinks being reserved equals being rude. And hit subscribe if you believe not all personalities fit one mold, especially not in K-pop. Now, take a breath, because what happened next will leave you stunned. It's the 21st century. You'd think fans would know better by now, but no. What happened to Irene during a fan meeting on March 18th, 2018 will make you question everything. It was supposed to be a sweet, supportive event, a chance for fans to connect with the idol they adore. A young fan raised a hand and casually asked Irene, "Have you been reading any books lately?" She responded honestly, "I'm reading Kim Ji-young, born 1982 by Cho Nam-ju. A powerful feminist novel that lays bare the everyday struggles and discrimination women face in modern Korean society." Sounds harmless, right? Kim Ji-young, born 1982, isn't just a book. It's a mirror reflecting countless women's quietly endured hardships. So when Irene shared it, she didn't preach. She didn't take a political stance. She simply revealed a part of her life. But that was enough to spark outrage. Most fans cheered her on or didn't care, but a small, loud minority, mostly male, twisted her choice into something vile. They flooded forums with hate, mocked her for opening a book, burned her photos, destroyed her merchandise, then proudly uploaded the carnage as if it were a trophy. Let that sink in, all because she read a novel. Their actions said more about them than about Irene. They never supported her, only the image they'd built in their heads. If they truly cared about her talent, her heart, her effort, they wouldn't abandon her over a single silent moment of reading. And if someone can lash out so viciously over a book, what else are they capable of? Can you really blame Irene for building walls between herself and strangers, especially men, when fan meets threat in the blink of an eye? Sometimes the simplest answer is the most honest one. Maybe Irene isn't cold. Maybe she's just tired. Tired of wearing joy like a mask. Even on days her heart feels heavy, being an idol isn't only about performing on stage. It's performing happiness every second of every day. And that is exhausting. If you followed Irene, you know she's genuinely sweet, gracious, thoughtful, but no one can beam with joy 24/7. Not even a superstar. What's the point of a smile if it isn't real? Agencies, the public, even fans, they place crushing expectations on idols. Flawless, cheerful, agreeable. Perfection isn't human. Irene has been boxed in by this strange perception that she's robotic, emotionless. Some even joke she's an AI because of her resting expression, interpreting calmness as contempt. Harmless banter? Maybe, but words leave echoes, especially in a world where every expression is dissected, every silence judged. So maybe it's time we stop analyzing her every glance. Maybe it's time we stop asking if she hates men or lacks emotion. Behind the stage lights and curated clips is just a woman doing her job, navigating fame the best way she can. If you believe Irene and idols in general deserve compassion over criticism, hit that like button now. Drop a comment below. Do you think we overanalyze these moments, or is there more beneath the surface? And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the untold stories behind the spotlight. Thanks for watching. And remember, support means everything, especially when the cameras stop rolling. Ask ChatGPT.